Hi friends, in the last video we discussed about the importance of data format for creating pivot table, and we have given certain examples. By now you know what is the structured data and how it is important for the pivot table. So now let the data be ready and then start creating the pivot table. So I have created a sample data here and I need to activate pivot table option. To activate pivot table option, either you can press Alt and VT and go to the pivot table option. Otherwise, you can just go to command ribbon and just select insert tab. Under that you will get pivot table option. Just press that. The moment you click pivot table option, you will get one dialog box, create pivot table. For those who are using 2003 or less versions, will find this as new. Of course, Microsoft is simplifying several options in their application through across the versions. Hence, it is simplified version. So, in the create pivot table option, you have two questions. One is choose the data that you want to analyze. To answer this question, you can either specify the location where the data is available, or you can also consider an alternate option is external data source. However, you're finding some range in the table range dialog box, since Excel is smart enough to understand what is your requirement. Since you have kept your cursor in the data, middle of the data, the Excel is considering that you wanted to create a pivot table based on that particular data point. However, you need to make sure the data what is selected here is fine or not. The next question is choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. So by default, Excel creates a new sheet and places the pivot table object. So if suppose I just say OK, it's creating another sheet and just placing the pivot table there. The object is installed here, and there is another option. You can select the location where you wanted to put the pivot table object. If I wanted to use same worksheet, I just say existing worksheet and I give a location where from the pivot table need to be started. Then the pivot table object will be installed there. However, these all points were discussed in earlier videos. You can just refer them as well. Now, the moment you put the cursor here, the layout will be appearing with the pivot tables fields will be appearing like this, and you have already learnt about the filter area, column area, row area and values area in our earlier videos. The moment we have the field pivot table layout is ready, we can either drag and drop the fields into the row and value areas, respective areas rather. Otherwise, just click on the checkboxes available against each field and place them in different areas. So this way, pivot table field layout or interface is enabling us to place the fields into respective areas by clicking on the checkboxes automatically. But primarily, Excel doesn't know which field to go which area. It recognizes and takes decision based on the data type of each field. Here the employee name is a text data type, hence it has been placed in rows area, whereas the salary is a numeric field, numeric data type, hence it has been placed in values area since it has to be calculated. So that is a basic assumption. So another important thing before getting into the next level, which is the pivot table fields option. Here, whatever you are seeing will be only visible when the cursor is on the pivot table itself. But the moment you remove the cursor from the pivot table, this will disappear. No need to worry. You need to come back and place your cursor on the pivot table so that your pivot table fields option is available. Sometimes, since it is catching a lot of place, you can either make them smaller, or you can just get rid of it by just clicking close. But you want it back, just right click on the pivot table and there is one option called show field list. Moment you select that, the pivot table field option will be available. Now let us come back to that automatic selection of fields to the areas. Since this activity is done, we know that the data structure is very nice and it has been properly structured. But the moment the data is not structured well, the pivot table will behave in a different way. So I'm just refreshing the pivot table. The reason for refreshing is, as and when you change anything in your data source, you need to make sure that your pivot table is refreshed immediately. The reason is, pivot table is actually a memory, and the memory is, if you don't refresh it, it is carrying an old memory. Obviously the data is not right in the pivot table. Hence, always you need to refresh as and when your data, source data, has been changed. Now I click on employee name. The employee name has been placed in row area. But the moment I click on salary, the salary field need to be placed in value area by default, but it is not. It is been placed in a row area itself. The reason is the data structure is not right. Some blanks are appearing in salary. But in the meantime, if I check the commission field, it's coming to the right place. It's coming to the value field because there are no blanks in the commission column. So that way, it is actually evident that your data has to be properly been maintained, and then only your pivot table will show a right information. And we are discussing more in coming videos. Any questions? Please shoot. Thank you.